want to talk about is, I think has a lot to prove this year, a lot riding on him, and a lot of his performance next year is going to determine how we are talking about him in this free agency, and that's Joseph Ossai. And Malik, I know that's kind of one of your favorite guys, so I want you to start this one off.
Favorite guys, yeah.
Yep.
100%. Great guy. I'll say I think that everything rides on him this year. This is the one year where he's not dealing with injuries. That's what this coaching staff is preaching. This coaching staff is excited about him. And you want him to be the guy that you picked, in the third round with that as high of a pick as the Bengals have. You want him to finally develop, because if Joseph Ossai can develop and be that pass rush specialist that they drafted him to be, how far can this team go? Now we're talking, okay, you might have had just a one good year. No matter what, we know one thing's for sure in the National Football League, teams will always pay for production. They don't care how many years of production. If you show that you can be productive in the National Football League, you could find yourself securing another contract. And so I think for Joseph Ossai, if he does have the year they're expecting to have, I think you have to start thinking with the mindset, what does life look like after Trey Hendrickson?
Yeah.
If he puts up those kind of numbers, or I'm not even numbers close to Trey Hendrickson, but if he at least puts up numbers that are respectable, where you're like, we can work with this and not just like 2 sacks or 3 sacks for the year, then I think we can start having conversations regarding his playing future. I think that, honestly speaking, it's difficult to say, but like, it might even behoove him, being such a young player, to maybe sign a small deal to prove himself again, like a 2-year deal, and re-enter the market, versus, because you're not going to capitalize on what you think you can capitalize on after having 1 year of production, after virtually doing almost jack shit for the last couple of years. You're just not going to have that type of production. So you have to play it smart, and hopefully he's being advised, wisely, I would say, because you don't want to outprice yourself with some of these teams and come at them with an unrealistic number if you do have a pretty good season.
No, I think you guys touched on it all really well right there. This is, the prime example of a player who, when he's 100% healthy and has the time to prepare and gets out on the field, he has been productive, but those times have been few and far between for various injuries and issues. He is going to have to prove things, and it may, like you said, be a 1 year, 2 year prove it deal with someone, just to try and kind of recoup that value, improve, kind of like maybe T. Higgins has to do right now, where it's like, hey, show us that you can be healthy and productive for a long part of the season, and then we can talk more seriously about reaching the value of what you expect for your pay to be for your play.
100%.